All right, very quick video, follow up to the condensation video, Agar condensation. So I got them in order of driest to wettest. So these four are pretty much completely dry. We don't even have that little bead of water down there anymore. I think we can see that. Nothing, very dry. These are good. And I've been sitting out for a few days. I'll put a note exactly how many days, I don't remember. This one has a tiny bit of water on the top, which is not a problem. This one has like just a couple of little droplets on the lid, like nothing. These are all, I'm going to use these with no problem. And this one has a bit more. See that drop over there? A couple drops. Still super usable. And remember, since I've been storing them upside down, there's no water on the agar. So this is not going to be a problem to use. I'm going to use them for some transfers in a couple of days. This one is the wettest. And you know what's funny? When I put them in the pressure cooker, I did it in 2 stacks. So these are the 2 that were actually like this. These were the 2 that were on the bottom. And like I said on the other video, from now on, I'm going to put, if I have 3 stacks, I'm going to put 3 empty cups underneath, and then the ones with agar on top. That way, as we saw, the ones that get really wet are going to be empty, so I just use them later. That's going to be cool. That I just thought about that the other day after the fact. I'm like, wait, the ones that were really wet were the ones on the bottom, very bottom of the stacks, because the water is right underneath, so when it boils, it gets a lot more into there with the vapor and all that stuff. But the ones just one layer up get almost no condensation. So that's going to be another good thing. Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on this. I'm also going to link to the actual video where I made these, so you can follow that. But yeah, cool. These are very usable. Some of them, see, have a little bit more. These are even drier, like I showed. Very good. All right. Hope this helps. All right, so let me demonstrate what I was talking about. So my idea was, this is going to be filled with water up to exactly the grid there. And the first layer is going to be empty. Then I'm going to put the ones with the actual agar, or agar, however you want to call it, on top. I usually make about 10 at a time, so I can put quite a few here. Imagine this one's also full, and so I could do a bunch. I think I can do another row. So let's see how many I could potentially do. So I could definitely go all the way up to here, because like I've shown before, this is pretty deep right here. So look how deep that is. So, and not only is it really deep, but also this is pretty high up. So let's see how many this is. So this is 4 times 4, 16. So I could do 16 even by leaving the bottom ones empty. So that would be 20 if I didn't leave these empty, but I never do more than 10. Now, I just saw a post, one of my videos from one of my patrons, that he said that he covers this with parchment paper. I had thought of using aluminum foil here, but then I thought that the vapor wouldn't come through. But you know what? We have all this space around here. We have like this much space. So I'm sure, now that I think about it, great minds think alike. And we could just cover this baby. And the vapor is going to go all around here, but it's not going to splash up. So doing this, I'm still going to, since I don't have to do many of them at a time, like I said, I never make more than 10 at a time. So even with this, I'm going to leave the bottom layer empty, with empty PP5 cups. And then put the actual Agar ones up here. And you know that these are not tight all the way when they're in there, all that stuff. And I'm not using the aluminum foil over these anymore. I've done a couple of runs after. I never thought it was really necessary, but I had gotten used to using aluminum foil on the jars and stuff, and I was like, well, it doesn't hurt, but then it takes a lot of time to cover each one, and I like to cut them and all that stuff. It was too much work. I've done 2 runs after that without aluminum foil, no issues whatsoever. They didn't get any more condensation, which was another thing I was worried about, that they would get too wet. Nothing, perfect. So we don't need to use aluminum foil over these at all. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this here to try the next time I make some, and I'm sure it's not gonna be a problem. Look at how much space we have around, and it's thicker than my fingers. Fill it up with water until it touches here, like right here. It could even go up a little bit, but since these are so thin, I don't like it to go up, because then more water can get in. Although still, again, I'm gonna leave the bottom row empty. So yeah, just wanted to show you that.